Kane Brown is joining us on Pure Country. New album, Different Man, finally out. How does it feel to have this project out after just the last couple years of kind of waiting to put out a big record?
It feels amazing,
Yeah.
especially for how much time we've worked on it, and the fans have been asking for it forever. It just feels good to finally breathe.
And so much time goes into putting together a record, especially with 17 songs. Thank you for putting out a song, like a record with 17 different tracks to listen to.
Yeah.
So, how many did you actually go through to pick this record?
We went through a lot. I actually had more songs on the album and then took them off.
Okay.
And then there's some songs that are on the album that was on and I took them off and then put them back on. My mind's just all over the place. Um, but once we actually got to 17 songs, we knew.
Yeah, and I feel like this is a very all-encompassing Kane Brown record. There's so many different songs and styles that we hear on this, and I think that obviously is why it probably took you a minute to put it together. But first one we have to talk about, like I love country music because congratulations, 7 weeks at number one in Canada on country radio. Is that crazy to you to think when you first started this that another country who obviously is a big fan of yours loves it that much and is just like keeping your song at the top of the charts for that long?
Yeah, no, I love it. I was actually surprised when I found out. And I texted all the guys that were writers on it, and I was like, "Look, guys, 7 weeks." Everybody's like, "Let's try for 8." But no, I just it honestly it feels amazing. I can't wait to get up to Canada to play it. I know I got some dates coming up, so I'm really excited to see how this song does because my longest number one at Canadian country radio. So um, I'm pumped.
I know that was my next question. I'm like, okay, Drunk or Dreaming tour, Dustin Lynch, Gabby Barrett, Low Cash. I saw dates. I'm like, Canada's going to be pretty upset with you if you don't add some Canadian dates on there.
Yeah, yeah, no, I think we're knocking out a lot of cities.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So obviously, Kane Brown collaborations in the past have been epic. You've had so many great ones. To try to top that would be hard, but you definitely are pushing the limits with Blake Shelton on this record with Different Man. Did you guys know each other prior to being on The Voice when you were a mentor, or was that kind of your first time working together?
We'd crossed paths.
Okay.
Like never really called him a friend at that point. And then we were doing this thing together. That it's not out. Hopefully it comes out soon because I loved it. Uh, but then I was going to the gym and was listening to this to Different Man, and I was like, I need another feature on the album. So going from God's Country, like I felt like Blake was the perfect pick for the song. And then after 15 minutes, he got back to me and said he was going to jump on it.
Yeah, that was as soon as I listened to it, I was like, man, that God's Country vibe comes out so strong in that song, which I love seeing like a more rock side of you, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun, and that's what we do for live shows now too. I kind of found myself, and that goes to Different Man. Like I've just found myself on stage
Yeah.
and my band and how we want to sound, and we're definitely more rocking live than on my album.
And I think it's cool too, because obviously getting married and having kids, now that I'm married and have a little boy, that definitely turns you into a different person and really helps you find yourself. So I feel like this album, just with adding two kiddos to your family and having a wife, I feel like this is a very special record.
Yes, I'm very excited for this record. It's my favorite record that I put out, and I've had a couple people, honest friends, that really tell me the truth, and they said that they definitely think this is my best record. So I'm just really pumped and hope that everybody loves it.
Well, I'm obsessed with it. There's two songs that I still want to talk about. Thank God, obviously, we cannot not talk about that song. So special, and holy crap, hidden gem that you've just been hiding out there. Your wife Katelyn, who knew that she was, I mean, obviously you knew that she was such an incredible singer, but how special is that to get to sing with your wife?
It's awesome. You know, we do it in the house all the time, so why not put it
Yeah.
on the album? And you know, we found each other through music.
Right.
And so my diehard fans have been waiting for it, and we used to duet on social media all the time. And So it's about time we actually have a song out.
Did you let her pick which song she was on, or did you know when that song was written or listened to that it was like, okay, this has got to be the one for her?
No, we went through 4 or 5 songs before we found the right one, and "Thank God" was actually a song that one of my writers sent to me to cut for the album about her, and I just thought it would make sense for her to jump on it and sing the second verse, and she loved the song, so we just had to change lyrics around and to make them fit for a guy, and
Yeah.
she loved it.
Are you going to make her come out on stage with you at shows now and sing? I feel like she kind of has to.
I don't think I'm gonna have to make her. I think
Okay,
the
good.
fans are gonna ask her to regardless. But yeah, but she's gonna get out there. She's ready. We'll see the first show how she does.
So awesome. Well, I can't wait. I hope I get to see that in person. And last song on the record, last song I want to talk about, because I felt like it was such a special one when I listened to it, was Dear Georgia. It's such a fun song. And even though I'm not from Georgia, it makes me think of my hometown, which I feel like is what you're hoping fans take from that. What do you get to go back to Georgia and Chattanooga often and just kind of feel like you is it like a sense of nostalgia when you go there?
I don't really get to go back much,
No.
and it kind of sucks. But I I wrote that song because I found myself. We went down to Florida for a writer's retreat for the album. It was like the first time writing for it, and I was coming back through where I grew up, and we didn't stop. We just kept going, coming to Nashville. So I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, let's just write a letter to my hometown, and then it was honestly I thought it was cool because it was like a play on it. It's like, dear Georgia, I'm writing you a letter, but it's also like my dear Georgia, like my
Yeah,
baby. Um,
such a good hook.
yeah, so I thought it was cool and really excited for the people back home to hear that one.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, Kane Brown on Pure Country. Congrats on the new record, Different Man, and hope to see you in Canada soon.
Yes, ma'am. By the way, I have that door behind you. Well, I did. We don't
Oh,
have it
this
anymore.
one?
Yeah, the wood one.
It's my favorite. I love it too. Awesome.